All right, so welcome to Pilates. As we're going along with this workout, all you need to know is that you need a little bit of space, you need a mat. If you don't have a mat, grab a towel, that'll totally work. And as we're going along, some stuff's gonna be super easy for you. You're gonna be able to do all the reps, you're gonna be able to scale it up. Other times, it's actually gonna make more sense for you to pause, to take breaks. Oh, my co-teacher's coming over. Or to scale it back. So only you know if you need to take a break or if you need to scale down. So based on how it's going, you're going to make that decision. So if what you need to do is take a breather, you'll know that because you're getting fatigued and you're losing the form. So we're thinking much more quality versus quantity. You're welcome for all this cat content today. Sorry about that. All right. So with that in mind, just being really present in our bodies and think about this as skill building and getting better at using your vehicle. Not necessarily just cranking out a bunch of reps. All right, so with that, we're gonna get this party started. So we're coming on down. I'm gonna take a couple big cleansing breaths. And again. Hand to the opposite knee and rotate. And over to the other side. Bring it on back into the middle. Switch which foot is in front, and again, a couple deep breaths. And again. Walking the hands as far forward as we can get them. Keeping both butt cheeks on the ground and really walk those hands forward. Take another deep breath here. Roll it back up to sitting. And then we're going to pop all the way up to standing. With this standing work, when we start, you can be on the mat, on the floor, whatever helps you, whatever makes you feel better. We're going to start with the feet about shoulder width apart, push the butt back, and flatten out the back. So what I'm doing here from the side is engaging my core to try to bring my shoulders and hips as close as possible to the same height. Realistically, do your best. But the really important thing is my butt is back, and I'm engaging my core to be strong right here. I'm going to take my right leg, extend it right, and shift my weight to be over that butt cheek. All right? And then I'm going to shift over to the other side. So I'm keeping my back flat, and I'm shifting my weight so that my hips go over the foot, and my butt is back. Shifting side to side. And if you want to, you can sort of trace it along the ground. If you want to make it more of a flowy movement. So I'm making sure that my whole entire butt shifts over one side and then the other. That's a really key feature here. Slow, flowy breaths with the movement. 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to drag the left leg in, bring it up to stand. Big cleansing breath. And again. My feet are about shoulder width apart again. And then I'm going to keep my weight in my heels. Dropping it down. Now I'm going pretty low. I only want to go as low as I can with my upper body here. So I've done this a number of times, so I go pretty low with it. But maybe where you go is right here. And if you bend forward after that point, that's fine, whatever. You're just going as low as you can go, keeping the upper body upright. All right, so we're all going to be different on this. Again, upper body upright. And then we're going to lift it up to the tiptoes. Down into the heels. Lift it up into the tiptoes. We're doing a ski jump. Weights in the heels. Even as the heels are not touching the ground when I come down, I'm still keeping my weight back, not forward into the knees. And then lift it up to the toes. Down into the heels. Up into the toes. And again, I'm going to face this way. If you separate your feet a little bit further from each other, it's a little bit easier. And again, you're listening to your body. If you are not able to keep your upper body upright as low as you're going too low. dropping it down, and ski lift up to the tiptoes. So you're saying to yourself, Timaree, I hear popping in my knees. Is that bad? Well, as long as it doesn't hurt, it's fine. If it hurts, you're gonna stop doing this and you're gonna go back to the last thing we just did. If it doesn't hurt, but your knees are making noise, congratulations, you're old enough to vote. You did it. Couple more of these ski jumps. And one more time. And relax, big cleansing breath. And again. Now what if we put those together? It's so crazy, it might work. So I'm gonna separate the feet about shoulder width apart. Push my butt back, flatten out the back. So at this point, I have my shoulders and hips roughly the same height. I'm gonna take my right foot to the right, shift the weight over, drag the left foot, lift up to my tiptoes, push back. For this one, I'm flattening out the back, yeah, because we're doing Skandasana. Take the left leg, shift the weight over. So now my butt is over the other leg. Drag this one in, lift it up to the tiptoes. Flat back, straight leg, shift to that side, drag that leg in, lift to the sky. My breath is moving with me here. I'm going at my pace. We don't have to have the same pace because we are different people. And we are not yet a traveling dance troupe. Not yet. Breath and movement together. Back into the squat. Shift, drag, lift. I'm keeping my core super tight. So what does that mean? If someone were to toss me a basketball, the way that I would tighten my core to be ready for that, so that it didn't just knock me over. Good. 2 more each side. One more each side. We're gonna have to just tiptoes. Hold it up here, hold it up here. Lifting it up nice and high. Whew. One more deep breath up here. And relax. Let's take a couple big cleansing breaths here. And again. We're gonna do a little bit more standing stuff before we move up. Draw the heels together, toes are apart, shoulders are back. I'm gonna keep my arms out as long as I'm able to do that. Point one toe, and then I'm gonna bring that leg up, and points, and up, and points. So I'm firing up my hip flexors to raise and lower that leg. The rest of the body I'm gonna hold nice and stable. So if somebody saw me from chest up, it would look like I'm not doing anything at all. I'm listening to my hip, so if my hip pops, I might be coming up too high, I might need to come more forward, or more to the side, but I'm gonna find out by listening to my body. 3, 2, raise it up and hold. Taking a deep breath here. Super strong balance between the two sides. I'm gonna keep my leg the same height. That's gonna be one of the tasks. Extend, retract. Extend, retract. So my challenge is keeping everything else nice and still. As long as I can keep the arms up, I'm going to keep them up. 3, 2. Now here's the fun part. We're going to extend that leg and hold it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Take another deep breath here. Take that leg around and back down. So we went up, up, around, and back down. Knee, extend, around, back down. A few more like this. Woo! I have a hard time on that end part. 2 more. 1 more time. Bend, extend, swing it around, back in, and down. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Big cleansing breath. And again. I got good news. The good news, you got 2 butt cheeks. Means you got 2 legs. Let's do it again. All right. Bring it back to the center. Shoulders are back. I'm going to keep my arms lifted as long as I can. Take the other toe forward. We're on the second side. Lift and lower. And again, paying attention to this hip. If it pops or cracks, I gotta change, I gotta adapt. So I will find a different angle that's more comfortable for that knee, for that hip. So I mentioned earlier that if you hear knee noises but they're not painful, it's not anything to worry about. And generally that's true. If your body makes noises but it doesn't hurt, it's usually fine. The only exception is hips. If you hear your hip doing something, change the angle. 3, 2, lift and hold. Super strong and stable here. I'm doing a lot of work in my butt cheek of the leg that's still on the ground. Take another deep breath here. Add extension and bring it back in. So my challenge is keeping this leg at the same height as I extend and bend. So that's the hip flexors right there. Extend and bend, extend and bend. Keeping the upper body nice and strong. I'm gonna keep my arms out as long as I can. If I get exhausted, I can go right here, even if just for a second. 3, 2, you know where we're going. Extend the leg and hold, super strong. This is core work, this is butt work. For the leg that's still on the ground, this is hip flexors, this is a lot. 3, 2, 1, swing it around and come back in. So we came up, extended, swing around and back in. Bend, extend. I have one leg where I can go a lot higher with this than the other. This is not the leg where I can go as high. But I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to keep it within the range of motion that I can control and that is safe for me. But I'm also going to do the same number of reps on both sides to try to even it out. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more time. And relax. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Big cleansing breath. And 1 more time. Cool, we're gonna shift gears. We're gonna go on down to the end of the lats. How y'all doing, fam? Everybody hanging in? Okay. You got lots of cat-related content today. She keeps wandering around to sleep. Water is important and good. And you are largely made of it. Butt planted, feet planted. Roll it on back. We're going to start by bringing the knees into the chest. It is now officially the time of the day where I require you to just bliss out. Just roll around if it feels good. If you want to rock it side to side, if you want to roll out your hips, whatever your body wants right now. If you want to bring your feet up towards the sky into a happy baby stretch and your knees towards your armpits, if that feels good, go with what feels good right now for just a few more breaths. Just be a panda and live your bliss. Take a couple more deep breaths. All right, and now back to business. We're going to plant the feet, and we're going to go through our checklist to get started with our fundamentals, because we really want to focus on things like the scoop and what's happening with our core, even as we add movement in the arms and legs. So the really foundational piece, we're going to start by flattening the back against the ground. I'm tightening my core to flatten that down, and I'm squeezing my butt cheeks. And they're not lifting up off of the ground. It's not dramatic like that, but just squeezing and tightening and being aware of feeling those muscles and actively engaging them. And then I'm going to use my core to bring the legs up to tabletop. So I'm using my muscles to already do a whole lot right now, even though it doesn't look like a whole lot. And I'm going to really think about this stuff. Hand behind the head, one hand on, like right on the xiphoid process, right on your rib cage there. And then we're going to lift the shoulder blades up. So I do that because it helps me lift my shoulders without straining my neck. So my neck's not doing too much, it doesn't hurt. I'm just lifting my shoulders because I'm engaging these muscles. Arms to the sides. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Filling up the rib cage with air. Exhaling it out. When you're ready, add tricep beats. For 5 arm beats, breathe in. For 5 arm beats, breathe out. So again, even though it just looks like just my arms are moving, I am actively thinking about my core in a lot of different ways. Middle back is flat. I'm using my core to keep my legs at tabletop. My shoulders are lifted. If I want to add to it, I can straighten the legs up, externally rotate. So the feet form a V at the heel. If I feel something in my neck, I might be doing too much, I might be straining, I might be at the wrong angle. So I want to chill out for a second and then try again to find flexion without straining my neck. There should be enough room between my chin and my chest for a tennis ball. If I want to add more, I can lower these legs down. 2 more deep breaths in the Pilates 100. One more time. Bring the knees back into the chest and shut out. Oh, that's nice. And flexing the feet. And we're going to go through the checklist again. Reprise. Middle back flattens against the ground. Tightening the pelvic floor. Those are the muscles you use to stop peeing. Like if you're in the flow. A bear is here. Bring the legs to table. Again, lift the shoulder blades up. I've got a lot of work happening. I'm present and I'm aware of all this. Hands next to the knees. This is my starting position. Hands drop, legs extend. Inhale, come back. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Real simple, so we can be very precise with it. The knees aren't getting any closer or further from the chest. They just stay in the same spot, and we add extension directly up to the sky. Fire up the quads to extend. 3, 2, one more time. And relax. Bring the knees back into the chest. So we're going to keep the knees tucked into the chest and lift up the shoulder blades. So again, same thing, we're doing a spinal flexion. Core is engaged to lift my shoulders, being mindful not to pull the head too far forward so my neck is comfortable. I'm going to keep the shoulders lifted, reach back behind the head, swing the arms around, try not to knock over your water bottle, as I almost did, and crunch into a ball. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. So as I reach back behind me, I still have room underneath each of my shoulders. I have enough room for a little baby chihuahua named Nell under each shoulder. Shout out to my friend who just got a puppy named Nell. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. I'm so excited to pet puppies when I can. Shoulders stay lifted. Reach back. Swing around. So I'm really focused on my spine right now. Middle back is flat against the ground. Shoulders are lifted. So I'm just starting with what is basically this sort of breaststroke. And then, if I'm ready to add to it, double leg stretch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Now again, if I start to feel this in my neck, just chill out. Try it again. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. If you're not used to staying up in spinal flexion for a long time, you're probably going to get fatigued, and you'll probably want to take breaks periodically, and that is a smart and good idea. And if you're also just doing too much with the neck, like I actually was right there, I need to reset myself so I'm at a more sustainable angle. Inhale, open, exhale, crunch. The lower I go with the legs, the harder it is, but I don't want to go so low that my hips pop, because again, like I've mentioned several times today, that's bad news there. So we're going to listen to our hips and keep it in a safe range of motion. Inhale, open, exhale, crunch. Inhale, open, exhale, crunch. 3 more. One more time. And relax, stretch all the way out. We're going to take another breather. Right knee into the chest. Right knee pushes to the left. Upper body back to the right. The right shoulder and right knee pressing in opposition to twist out the spine. Take a couple deep breaths. Enjoy this stretch. One more time. Come on back into the center. Left knee into the chest. Bring that knee into the chest, but towards the butt. Take that knee. Take that left knee. Push it right. Upper body. Twist back to the left. Take one more deep breath where you are. And bring it on back into the center. How we doing, everybody? We're going to go through a sequence that is a little bit of arm work, a little bit of leg work. I'm going to show you a couple options for it. So first, we will start with the modified version. Hands are going to plant underneath the shoulders, fingers towards the toes. We want the fingers towards the toes so that we're less likely to lock step into the wrong spot. We'll start with this modified version where I'll plant my feet about shoulder width apart and lift up to this tabletop. And I'm just squeezing my butt cheeks. I can sort of rest my head back comfortably. I'm going to stay right here for a deep breath, making sure I'm using the whole hand so my fingertips are involved. It's not just the pads of my palm. And I'm trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears so I'm not dropping down here and crunching into this. But I'm really squeezing my butt to lift up. So this is the first level, and I'm cool to stay here. If I want to stay here, just stay here. If you're ready to add to it, kick one leg out. Kick up, flex the foot, lower back down to about the same height. So this is an option to add to it. 3, 2, one more time. I'm going to plant that foot, lower it back down, straighten up, fold it forward. How did it go? Take a deep breath here. And we're coming on back. Again, I'm going to plant the hand, use the fingertips, not just the pads of the palm, because it's a lot more comfortable, if nothing else. And we got the fingers towards the toes, so we don't lock things in the wrong position. Feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to rest my head back as I squeeze up into this table. And again, I can just stay here. This is cool. Try to focus on squeezing the butts to create a nice flat surface. This is a totally good place to stop, but if I want to add to it, kick one leg out. Kick up, flex the foot to resist down. 3, 2, one more time. Plant that foot, lower the butt, hold it forward. How are your arms doing? Depending on how that went, we're going to go back to it again. You're going to have the choice to hold the table, and add those leg extensions, or to turn this into a reverse plank. These are all on the menu. You make the decision based on what makes sense for you today. So we have our option to plant the hands and point the fingers towards. In fact, you're going to point the fingers towards the toes regardless. But you can either plant your feet about shoulder width apart to come up to that table again, or extend the legs straight and lift up to a reverse plank. Either way, we get the fingers towards the toes. We're squeezing the butt cheeks, resting the head back comfortably. Now you're going to get another option. You can stay here in your reverse plank or in your table, or again, add that leg. 3, 2, one more time. Lower it down. Fold it forward. How you doing? We're going back one more time. So you continue to have all the same options you had before. Tabletop versus reverse plank, holding it versus adding the leg. This is our last set. If you did the leg on one side, I recommend doing the other side. Again, planting the hands so the fingers are towards the toes, which keeps our shoulders back and keeps our arms from locking. I can either plant my feet to squeeze up to a table and create a nice straight line from shoulder to knee, or extend the legs straight, squeeze up to a reverse plank. In any event, I'm squeezing my butt cheeks to create that nice straight line from the crown of the head down to the toes. And if I want to, add that leg. 3, 2, one more time. Lower the butt, fold it forward. Take another deep breath here. I'm gonna roll it on back and turn it to my side. How's everybody doing? We're gonna have a laundry list of choices again for this one. I'm gonna be able to take it to my forearm. If I do, you can also double up your mat to protect your forearm. I don't recommend doubling up your mat when you're doing your hands, because that actually makes it harder. You have to balance on top of the mat, on top of the floor. It means more work for the balancing and more likely that you'll actually hurt your wrist. So for balancing on a hand, I recommend just a mat or the floor. If you are taking it to a forearm, feel free to give yourself some more padding to separate your bones from the ground. In any event, we're going to bring it up to this modified side plank. This is the first thing we're going to do. So I'm stacking my hips and I'm stacking my shoulders. So I've got wrist over shoulder, over shoulder, over elbow. And I'm going to hang out here for a deep breath. If I'm ready to add to it, I'm going to pick up that top leg, draw a circle. So the challenge here is maintaining that balance. So I'm not rocking or swaying. I'm using my core. 3, 2, 1. Draw the circle the other direction. Super strong, super stable here. Not rocking, not swaying. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Bring that stretch over to the straight leg, stacking my shoulder blades. Take another deep breath here. Come on back down. All the stuff we just did, still on the menu. If you want to add more to it, instead of taking it up to this side plank, we can take it up to this one, where we are balanced on our feet. I can hang out here, or if I'm ready to add to it, lift that leg, draw a circle. Woo-hoo-hoo, buddy. Coming down to the forearm versus the hands has different challenges. 3, 2, 1. I wouldn't say that one is arguably like straight up easier or harder than the other, but I've heard in different ways. So down here, this is a little bit more work for my arm. A little bit higher might be more difficult for the balance. 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. Reach it over to that straight leg. Take another deep breath. And come on back to the center. So we have rotated from back to side, and now we're going to flip it over. So now I'm going to come to a plank, which I can do with my hands directly under my shoulders, and a nice straight line from my head through my hips to my knees. I'm just hanging out here. I would use the whole hand, or if I want to, I can take it down to my forearm. Or if my wrist is just tired, I can take it to the fingertips or to this, or a more neutral wrist. You got lots of choices, depending on how you feel. Take another deep breath here. So I can just hold this plank and that's cool, or I can extend one leg straight, and I'm gonna lift and lower, but not lose the plank, so I'm not pushing the butt back. I'm still in that modified plank. 3, 2, 1. Lower that knee down, separate them, push the butt back, reach forward. How we doing? Think you probably can get where this is going, time-wise. Take another deep breath. Shift it forward to your modified plank again. Straight line from the head to the hips to the knees. I can take this to fingertips. If my wrists are getting tired, take another deep breath. And I'm going to extend the other leg straight back. Lift and lower. And again, I'm keeping my hips forward. I'm not going to let them shift back into a quadruped. My hips are still in that straight line from my head down to my knees. And I'm not leaning to the side either. Both my hips are at the same pace. Notice that you're not leaning to the left or the right. 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Separate the knees. Push the butt back. Taking a shoulder stretch. Chill down here. So all the stuff we just did here in this modified plank, we can do that again. Or, if you want to add to it, you can take it up to a standard plank, where we have the shoulders and the hips at the same height. I can stay here, or if I want to add to it, lift and lower. Yep. So I can do this from the modified or standard plank. I can hold it or add the leg. 3, 2, 1. Plant it. Drop the knees. Push it back. Take another deep breath. Guess what? We're going out one more time. I bet you know what your option is. Take it forward. You can do it from the modified plank. You can do it from the standard plank. You can stay right here. This is totally legit. Or lift and lower on that leg pull down. Keeping the back nice and flat, regardless of which plank you're in. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot. Drop it down. Push it back into the child's pose. How y'all doing? One more deep breath here. You know what this means, right? We got one more side to do. And then we are doing our final stretches. Exact same stuff you already did. So you have your choice to take it to this, or to take it to your forearm. And again, I recommend only rolling it up for forearm balancing, not for hand balancing. Because again, if you're using your hand on top of the mat, that's one more thing you'll have to balance on. And it's more likely you'll have an uneven surface for your hand and put all the weight into your palm. So I recommend only rolling it up for the forearm. So we're going to take it to that modified side plank. So I've got my wrist under my shoulder, under my forearm, over. I understand over versus under. Taking a deep breath here. If I'm ready, add the leg circle. So this is an option if I want it. And again, it's a lot of core work to keep myself from rocking back and forth. Trying to draw a real, actual circle with the leg. 3, 2, 1. Switch directions on your circle. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Stack the shoulders. Reach to the extended toe. Take another deep breath in your stretch. Bring it all back down. So this is going to be the last one of these. We're going to take it down to that side, and again, you're going to have the option to do forearm or wrist, and then to take it to either the modified side plank thing, or take it to the feet and stack the hips. And then again, if you want to add, you can lift that leg, draw that circle. Last of this series, and everything after this is stretches. Steady, slow breath. 3, 2, 1. Switch directions on your circle. 3, 2, 1. Lower it back down. Stack the shoulders to reach to the extended leg. Take another deep breath. And then we're going to bring it on over to our stomachs. How's everybody doing? That was a lot. In a row. Bring it on up. Shoulders pull back away from the ears. Another deep breath here. Bend one knee, look over your shoulder, your big toe. And switch. And relax it back down. Bring the knees closer together. Bend them. Hands to the top of the feet. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. First, we're just chilling here. And then we're going to lift. Squeeze to lift. Lift up a little bit higher. A little bit higher. Your back is bending. You got this. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Back down. We're going to plant the hands. And again, press it up here. Tuck the toes under. Push the butt back. Press the heels down to the ground. I'm going to take the right foot, step it forward. Press the left heel down to the ground. I'm pressing the hips forward and down. Right foot's in front, left hand plants, twist. Keep pressing the left heel down into the ground. Take another deep breath. I'm going to bring the hands down. I'm going to send the bent leg up to the sky. Downward dog split. Lower that foot back down. Take another deep breath in your downward dog. Pressing the heels towards the ground. Left foot comes forward. Pressing down into the right heel. Get that leg as far back as you can go, nice and straight. Ankle underneath the knee in the front leg. Pressing the hips forward and down, so we're stretching out the hip flexors. Left foot is in front. Plant the right hand, twist it open. Deep breaths. Take one more deep breath here. I'm going to bring the hands back down. I'm going to send this bent leg up to the sky, down dog split. Lower the foot down, press both heels into the ground. So we're stretching out the back of the legs again. Pressing down with the heels. Take one more deep breath. We're going to walk or hop the feet forward. Let the upper body just hang loose. If it feels good to lift up all your toes, lift them all up. And if it feels good to rest your hand inside your opposite elbow, do that. Let your neck just hang. Your head is relaxing and hanging. 2 more deep breaths down here. Release the toes, release the arms, stack the vertebrae to roll back up to standing. And then it's time to take our final cleansing breaths. Breathing it in gratitude. Once again, in celebration. And thank you so much! You did it, you did it, you did it, you did it, you did it! Congrats, congrats, congrats. So thank you for joining me. We have boot camp every day at noon. We have Pilates every day at 12:45, Monday through Saturday. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you have any requests, stuff you want to work on, let me know. I appreciate that sort of ability to cater to you. And as always, if you have anybody who you would like to have hang out with us, sweatwithtimaree.com. Everybody stay safe. Love you. This is the best damn part of my day. I appreciate you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love to all of your pets also if you have them. Yeah, your pets are adorable. Feel free to send me pictures of your pets. I love them. Bye.